Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Taylor Hayes is booking her wedding venue and sending out save the dates, and she's not going to let anything stop her and Ridge Forrester's wedding day. Nobody on the CBS soap wants to break the news to Taylor and let her know that her groom could get cold feet and not make it to the altar. Taylor Hayes' Rebecca Budig took the bull by the horns and asked Ridge Forrester Torsten K to marry her, rather than waiting for her ex-husband to pop the question. Ridge was flattered by her initiative and accepted her proposal. But according to B&B spoilers, Taylor is going to be much more eager to pick a date than her fans. Taylor is determined to lock Ridge down before she loses him to Brooke Logan Catherine Kelly Lang again, but she is going about it all wrong. Any seasoned soap viewer knows that forcing a man to marry you usually backfires, and it most likely will in this case. It won't be long after their engagement that Taylor wants to start sending out invitations and save the dates. But she's going to have a tough time getting her groom to settle on a date or venue. While Taylor Hayes is trying to plan a wedding without the groom, Ridge Forrester will be losing his marbles because Brooke is spending time with his half-brother Nick Marone Jack Wagner again. Word on the internet is that Brooke's reunion with Nick could just be an elaborate ploy to make Ridge call off the wedding. And if that's the case, then her plan seems to be working. In the glittering world of Los Angeles fashion, where loyalty shifts as quickly as a model's wardrobe change, romance is never simple, and Taylor Hayes should know better. But in a stunning twist on the bold and the beautiful, Taylor barrels past flashing red lights, heartbreak warnings, and even her own instincts as she races Ridge Forrester to the altar in what could become one of the most reckless decisions of her life. It all begins with a seemingly romantic gesture. Ridge, recently returned from a soul-searching journey in Aspen, stuns Taylor when he drops to one knee in the Forrester living room. Champagne is popped. The family is summoned. Ridge insists he's finally certain he wants Taylor. He claims he's left Brooke in the past. For a woman who's spent years on an emotional roller coaster with Ridge, Taylor's heart wants to believe it's real this time. Steffi Forrester watches her mother glow with joy, but her instincts are sharper than ever. She voices concerns, quietly at first. "Mom, are you sure he's ready? Has he really let go of Brooke?" But Taylor brushes them off, repeating Ridge's promises as if they're sacred vows already made. Meanwhile, Thomas is all in. He encourages the union with suspicious enthusiasm, proud to see his parents reuniting the family. But Steffi senses a deeper urgency in her brother's support, something manipulative beneath the surface. She doesn't fight the engagement. She doesn't beg Ridge to stay. Instead, she withdraws, leaving Ridge confused and, in moments he doesn't admit to Taylor, deeply unsettled. Brooke's dignified silence rings louder than her previous passionate pleas. Something doesn't sit right, but Ridge doesn't voice it, not to Taylor, not even to himself. Taylor, eager to finally step into the role of Ridge's wife again, chooses not to see his hesitation. Within days, wedding planners descend upon the Forrester mansion. Invitations are sent. A dress is chosen, classic, elegant, with soft hints of the psychiatrist-turned-bride's natural grace. Taylor is radiant, but as the preparations speed along, the cracks in Ridge's composure deepen. He begins missing meetings. He forgets small details, floral arrangements, seating charts. Taylor brushes it off as stress. After all, who wouldn't be anxious about getting married again, especially after so many false starts? Eric Forrester, ever the voice of wisdom, corners Ridge in his office one evening. "If you're not 100% sure, don't do it. You'll hurt Taylor more by going through with it than calling it off now." Ridge doesn't respond. He changes the subject. Later, Steffi finds her father alone in the garden, looking out over the pool, lost in thought. "You still love Brooke," she says flatly. Ridge doesn't deny it. He simply sighs and walks away. As a world-class psychiatrist, Taylor has spent decades counseling others through toxic relationships and emotional dishonesty. But when it comes to Ridge, her clarity vanishes. She catches Ridge on the phone one night, his voice soft, affectionate. When she enters the room, he hangs up quickly. "Work call," he says. She nods, but something churns in her stomach. Her instincts tell her he was talking to Brooke. She chooses to ignore it. Love is blind, but sometimes it's willfully blind. As the wedding day approaches, Steffi uncovers a shocking truth. Thomas had manipulated events behind the scenes to break up Brooke and Ridge again. He used a voice app to make it seem like Brooke called Child Protective Services on him, knowing Ridge would never forgive her. Steffi confronts her brother, who defends his actions as necessary. He claims he was protecting their family, giving their mother the life she deserves. The Forrester mansion is transformed into a floral dreamscape. Guests arrive in glittering attire. Champagne flows. Taylor walks down the aisle, her smile trembling with emotion. Ridge waits at the altar, handsome but distant. As the officiant begins the ceremony, Steffi wrestles with what to do. She looks at her mother, radiant and hopeful, and then at her father, looking as if he might bolt at any second. Just as the officiant says, "If anyone has a reason why these two should not be joined in marriage," Steffi speaks. All heads turn. Gasps ripple through the room. Taylor's face crumbles. "Steffi, what are you doing?" "I'm sorry," Steffi says, her voice steady but full of pain. "But you deserve the truth." She reveals Thomas's manipulations, how Ridge was misled, how the breakup with Brooke was based on a lie. Silence falls. Taylor looks at Ridge. "Is this true?" Ridge nods slowly, shame burning in his eyes. "I didn't know." "But yes." It changes everything. The ceremony ends in chaos. Thomas is ejected from the event. Taylor storms out, her dress trailing behind her, tears streaming down her face. Ridge tries to follow her, but she turns and says, "Don't. You didn't choose me. You chose an illusion." Later, Brooke shows up at the mansion, not to gloat, but to check on Taylor. The two women share a moment of bittersweet understanding. "We both deserve better," Brooke says quietly. Taylor nods. In the aftermath, Ridge is left alone, reflecting on the damage he's caused, not just to Brooke and Taylor, but to his children. Thomas is forced to face the consequences of his deception. Steffi stands by her mother, helping her rebuild her strength. And Taylor? She emerges, not as a broken woman, but as someone reborn, finally understanding that love shouldn't come at the cost of self-worth. The red flags were there. She ignored them. But now her eyes are open, and for the first time in years, Taylor Hayes is choosing herself. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.